Hey everybody, and welcome to the video. This is Josh here, and today we're going to be making Thai peanut chicken. Now I'm sure this isn't authentic Thai food, but I've always been a big fan of that peanut sauce, noodle, and chicken dish that you get at any of the Thai takeout places around town. This is the first time I've ever tried to make that Thai peanut sauce myself, and it came out amazing. I'm just such a huge fan of that sweet and spicy combination that you get from dishes like these. I really hope you give this one a try. As always, be sure to like the video if you enjoy this and subscribe if you want to see more. Put out new recipe videos and food content every other week. Starting off, we're actually going to prepare our vegetables. I always like to have these chopped and ready to go, so I'm not worrying about having to cut them up in the middle of the other steps that we're going to be doing. You can use whatever vegetables you'd like with this one, but I'm going to be using red bell pepper, yellow onions, and we'll see later a little bit of broccoli on the side. Chop up your vegetables into smaller, bite-sized pieces and set these aside. Next, we're going to prepare our chicken. I've got 1 pound of boneless, skinless chicken breast here. We're just going to chop it up into relatively even bite-sized chunks, and we're going to pour all of this into a gallon bag and mix in a little bit of cornstarch, salt, and pepper. Mixing in a little bit of cornstarch here just really helps the chicken retain its moisture when it's cooking. Mix around your gallon bag with the chicken, make sure everything is fully coated, and we're going to set this aside to sit and soak with that cornstarch for about 15 minutes. Next up, we're going to make our spicy peanut sauce. In a small saucepan on medium-high heat, we're going to add our vegetable stock, some soy sauce, creamy peanut butter, a little bit of honey, some sriracha, and also powdered peanut butter or PB2. The PB2 is a great way to add some extra peanut butter flavor without adding all the extra calories. And then we're going to add a little bit of cayenne. Feel free to just use sriracha or cayenne depending on your flavor preferences. And then we're going to freshly grate some ginger. Stir everything together with a whisk and keep this on medium-high until it reduces down to a thickness that you prefer. I wanted to make sure and have enough for the noodles and the chicken, so mine's a little bit on the thinner side, but just depends on your preference. Now that the sauce is reduced to our liking, we're going to prepare the chicken. Preheat your pan on medium-high heat. I'm using a cast iron here, so I actually preheat it in the oven. You don't need a cast iron for this, but I'm always a big fan. Just pour out the chicken and spread it evenly to ensure every piece has direct contact with the pan, and we're going to let this sit for a few minutes without touching it. This will just make sure you get a good browning on the outside of the chicken. Very, very important step for the texture and the flavor. Once you see some of those edges starting to crisp up, stir your chicken around just to make sure you get a nice brown color on all sides of the chicken. This took about 10 or 12 minutes for me cooking on medium-high heat, but if you're unsure, just check with a meat thermometer. You want your chicken to be at 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, we're going to add in the vegetables that we chopped earlier, along with some minced garlic. Stir everything together, and we're just going to let these vegetables cook down for a few minutes. Once they've reached your desired level of doneness, we're going to remix up our sauce here really quick and incorporate that back in with the vegetables and the chicken. Now this next step is completely optional depending on your dietary preferences and your calorie goals, but I'd highly recommend it if you can fit it in. We're going to be making some lo mein noodles to go with this dish. I know lo mein noodles, I believe, are actually Cantonese or Chinese, but these are just my favorite at the grocery store out of all the different Asian noodles I've tried. Feel free to use whichever you'd like, or replace this with some more vegetables if you want a lower calorie option. So just follow the instructions on whichever noodles you decide to pick. Mine take about 4 minutes in boiling water to cook. And we're going to strain these out and dump them all into the cast iron with our other ingredients. It comes out to just about 500 calories for a really, really significant portion of noodles and chicken. And it just has such a great flavor, really nice and spicy without being too spicy. Some good sweetness from the nuts, just an all-around great meal, very similar to what you'd get at an Asian takeout restaurant for about half the calories. It's sure to impress your friends or family if you're cooking outside of your meal prep, but this would make a great thing to portion out for your work week. As always, be sure to let me know down below if you plan to give this one a try. I always love hearing those updates from all of you that are testing or enjoying these recipes. And be sure to subscribe and like the video as well. But until next time, I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good one.